Welcome to Stage Mom Podcast, a podcast for breakthrough bands and artists. Today we have Stumby Steady. Stumby Steady is an indie pop band out of Boca Raton, Florida. All meeting as teachers at the School of Rock Boca, lead singer Garrett knew he had a project he was just waiting to do. It was just a matter of finding the right players, and that is exactly what he found in his bandmates. This band is such a breath of fresh air, with the talent they all hold equally. Their music is top-notch, and this is one band you definitely don't want to miss. Go follow them on all the social media platforms. You'll be very happy you did. Usually have mine on. Okay, so we have Stumby Steady. It's been a while for me, so because this is my first podcast of the year, I was telling her when you were using the restroom that I took some time off for the holidays, and then I ended with like my favorite ever. I had a really good podcast with someone actually like a well-known name to people that like my type of music, and so I was like, all right, that's a great way to end the year. And then I got sick, my kid got sick, and then I drank too much the night before yours. So here we are now. So Stumby Steady. Introduce yourselves, and then we'll go from there.
I'm Garrett.
Okay.
I'm Kara.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you guys do in the band?
So I'm the main songwriter and the frontman, so vocals, guitar, and
I'm vocals and a little bit of keys.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and we have some other members that are not here. So introduce them, let everybody know what they do as well.
Cool. So we got Nat on bass.
Okay.
We've got Ben on drums, and we have John on guitar, and then sometimes our friend Brendan also plays guitar with us a little bit.
Okay, so would you have you rhythm guitar and then?
Yeah, so I do not have the capability to play a lead.
To shred.
And and to sing and do all that as well. So I let someone else do that.
Okay. So how'd you guys meet?
So we actually met at a School of Rock,
Okay.
Boca Raton, so we both teach
Which one?
there. In
Oh, you were
Boca.
Oh,
Yeah.
Boca. Okay.
Yeah. So she did vocal lessons, and so drums are actually my primary. So, just doing drum lessons, teaching the classes and whatnot. She came there and I said, I want to form a band and I need, backing vocals. Like, not going to do super high stuff. So the heart.
Basically, it's primarily made up of School of Rock Boca instructors. So
That's
our
awesome.
drummer also works there. Our lead guitar, he was working there for basically
Most of the time.
exactly, up until very recently. And Nat, no. And then, but mostly everybody.
Right.
So we all kind of joined forces there, and we're like, let's do something. We really want to. And he was the one who was like, oh, I got a project that I'm dying to do.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
So do you guys all live in Boca too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're all kind of there. It works out really well.
That's nice. All right, Stumby Steady. What does it mean? Where'd you come up with that?
It's so it was just a line in one of the songs. I think for a lot of my songs, I don't necessarily tend to think about what I'm writing. It just tends to come out, and then I just kind of, over time, think about what has come out and how things progress as I progress. And it was just one of the lines in the song. And, frankly, I went on, I'm like, does anyone else have this name on social media or anything? And nobody did. I'm like, that's it. That's what it takes now to have a name.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It does.
For sure.
So it's part of a song. There's a band out of Jupiter, Young Fiction, and they got their name because that was originally a short film that Koa had written.
Okay.
Called Young Fiction.
Oh,
So so then they needed a name for the band, and it's funny how I love hearing how people get their band names
For
because
sure.
sometimes it's really just the most uninteresting story, but
I know.
most of the time it's like, wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally not anything like I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Because I create these things in my head, I know how they got that name, and I'm so far off. All right, so how would you describe your music and your vibe, what you guys bring?
So music would probably, if you're going to put it into a genre, it would be, indie pop, kind of alternative with a little bit of indie rock in there, and then just sprinkles of other elements like folk or punk or anything like that. I try to be eclectic. I don't really you say like, you know, we're an indie pop band. It's like, well, I want to write a punk song. Cool. Write a punk song, you know?
Right.
Basically like that. And we strive to just have like very high energy shows. We try to get the crowd involved, very inclusive, want everyone to like feel like they belong, that they're part of it. And so it really goes everywhere. You know, I've written pieces that are incredibly programmatic, that deal kind of with the human condition. I've written pieces that are just like bubblegum poppy, you know, it just whatever the flavor of the day is.
Yeah, and I think you're really good at incorporating a lot of, you know, topics and issues that people relate to and that are also personal to you, just things revolving around mental health and stuff like that, in a way that's not, you know, like, let's talk about how bad mental health is, blah, blah, blah. It's just cathartic, and it's just, you know, just that perfect balance of, like, we're not slitting our wrists here, but, like, you know, we're addressing it, and it's very real, and it's very there, and then we can all kind of, like, enjoy that together.
It's rough for our engineer, though, because whenever I bring in a new track and we're tracking vocals, he's like, God, I'm always depressed after y'all come in because your content. Oh, no. I'm like, it's
not that bad.
Yeah.
Do you guys have your individual favorite songs that you guys have out?
Probably my favorite one that's out right now is probably Memory or After. I just really like the arrangement. Our mixing engineer, Lorenzo, did a fantastic job on it. I feel like it's probably the most modern in terms of production and just listenability. That's a word. And then, there you go. I have a song, we have a song, coming out probably.
I know, I'm like, he does have a song coming out.
In the spring called Melt. It's probably it's like, there's so much packed into like 2.5 minutes, like 3 different time feels, incorporation of like kind of like 50s, like malt shop vibe.
Oh, cool.
So very excited for that to come out.
Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite is not out yet. I don't know if you want me to even say like what. Okay, it's called Little Box, and I really like it so far.
What's it about? What's the meaning behind that song?
It's so definitely the relationship that we have with technology and just being so focused, you know, consistently on our phones and computers and stuff like that. Then just the relationship that we've become slaves to it, but it's also a slave to us because, you know, it can't operate without us and vice versa.
Wow, it's interesting.
And, you know, just how we kind of sell pieces of ourselves to it and just kind of all that stuff, how it deals like our mental health and stuff like that. And it's got a lot of like interesting chord changes in it and just a very full production, like almost like Radiohead-esque in a way, but also incorporates a little bit of folk into it too.
Okay.
So yeah, we're excited about that one, but you know, like she's super about it. So.
I like it.
I can't wait to. When is that coming out?
At some point, yeah.
To be determined.
I would
Soon
say
enough.
probably like end of the year. I would say.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together?
What, like 2 years?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It hasn't been too long.
Since the restaurant, like same time, yeah.
Yeah, like 2020. So,
Yeah. Time flies.
No, it does. It really does. So, were you guys a COVID band? A formed COVID?
I think like it's not wrong to say yes in terms of like you started probably working on it like
I started working on
during
probably.
that. We weren't involved yet,
Okay.
but right?
Yeah, because we did some live streams during close to the beginning of COVID. So yeah. So yes and no. It's kind of like realistically, it's kind of almost more like a 9 Inch Nails thing where I do like, okay, everybody hears everything I've written, learn the parts, give the feedback, and if there's something cool that y'all do in a live performance, you know, we'll incorporate that in the final track.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's super cool. I love that. So, as far as a band as a whole, all right, so you obviously got member by member. You came up with the idea, member by member. As a whole, what do you guys think is the best decision that you've made?
That is an excellent question. And it makes me feel like I haven't made any good decisions. Best decision
Not to interrupt you, I just have to apologize for the lighting. I don't know what's going on with it today.
It's all good.
It's a horrible hair day, so I guess it's good that you can't see me over here.
You look great. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think the only thing I can think of, the best decision, is to just keep going.
Okay.
I think there's so many times where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I think it's simply because I'm overwhelmed, not because I don't want to do it. But the tenacity to just be like, okay, like if you quit, like the alternative is you just don't do anything.
Exactly.
And I think, so far that, and then just saying yes, just being open. And I think it's hard for me to be like, yeah, I want to do that thing that I don't really want to do.
Right.
But yeah. So,
I agree. I think another good choice of ours was to do the cover shows that people don't necessarily want to do all the time.
Yeah.
It's just so involved and it's not like your music. So, but for us, I think it was really formative because we were getting this experience performing together and we, were out there and, it paid off to some extent and it's just it's like, you kind of like do your due diligence as a band anyway. It's just, you need that performance experience even if you're not, doing
So how do you guys feel about covers now? Do you still do any or?
I'm happy to do them. That's
the thing. It's like some bands are like, hell no, I'm not doing covers. Absolutely not. It's not happening.
Exactly, yeah.
Because they don't want to fall into the whole cycle of, this is a cover band. And they don't want to be known for that.
Sure, yeah.
My daughter's old band fell into that. Like, the parents of the other members wanted them to do covers. They're like, you're not going to get any gigs if you don't do covers. They're like, but we don't want people to, look at us as they wanted them to like it for their music, and I completely understood that.
Yeah.
But there are some of those people that will do covers.
I've played hundreds of cover shows, like I still do.
Yeah.
It pays the bills. But it's also all understanding like what show it is. If it's a 45-minute showcase, it's like maybe one.
Yeah.
But
sometimes they're good to have.
For sure.
And it's extra supplemental.
And like if someone's not connecting with you, like here's something that you're familiar with, you feel a little bit better about.
Yeah.
But we saw a friend's band play probably last year, and this like band full of kids, they had to be like 17, 18, and like their entire show was all covers. But they were like, it was like Nirvana and Foo Fighters.
Right.
And if you would have told me like 5 years ago that someone was going to pack a house playing like Nirvana covers in 2022, I would have, what the hell are you talking about? Yeah.
It's true though.
Yeah, it's wild.
It is true. So, but what are your favorite covers to do when you do them?
I had a You Ought to Know shtick for a while. And that was really fun. I think I had a little journey with it, and I kind of was able to develop it and make some fun little choices, and just sit with it for a while, and it was really good. And it's a song people like, and of course, as a woman, I'm like,
For sure.
So yeah, I think that was a fun one. I really liked that.
Okay.
No Surprises was a fun one.
True.
Short-lived but good. Man, I Feel Like a Woman. It's a bop. It's so good.
It is.
It
is. It's a fun song.
For sure.
Everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So, it's really challenging, being a local band, trying to make your way. If there was something you could change about the music industry, like the local scene and everything, what would you change? What do you think would benefit the bands out there trying to make a name for themselves?
TikTok. I mean,
oh my God, I have told that.
That's all it is. It's frustrating.
I made 2 TikToks.
Yeah, well, that's the modern
I
age.
I posted
There you go. Even better. As you should. It's just so frustrating. I mean, it's not frustrating, but, in the grand scheme of things, it's just, we went viral, now we can do what we want to do. And it's that's the nature of it. It's
just crazy today's day and age. I don't know how old you guys are, but I'm 47. And, I grew up, Madonna was making the hits in the 80s, but it was you had to be found. You had to physically be found. There was no way and I kind of feel like it's harder for the bands today to become known because, if you even got a one hit, it was because there was something special someone saw about you. They invested money in you, and now you just do it yourself. So it's easier in a sense to get your stuff out there, but to become super, super famous, it's hard as hell.
Exactly. And just understanding like your production style and at what quality you want to put your stuff out. Because there's indie, musicians everywhere that are putting out amazing songs that don't go anywhere. And then like, we're going to make this intentionally sound terrible and it blows up,
Yeah, no, for real. I think half the stuff on the radio is that way right now.
Yeah, but no, exactly what you say. Like, it is so stupid easy for me to produce a song in the bedroom and just and put it out there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, you have to do the advertising, the promotion, all
right, and it's so fleeting too. Even if you get like that little spark that can occur with just doing the protocol now, it's like, and how long is that going to last? And then you have to maintain it, and it's a whole other job instead of just like doing really good music and like being talented and caring about your skill.
Exactly.
Now you have to do this really, really, really well, and like it's like the field's been leveled a little bit, I think, in terms of accessibility. Like, you can be seen a little bit better, I think, but it's just like, for what, like.
I'll tell you, like, most of the bands that come in here sound so much better than half the things that you hear on the radio. It's like, I just don't
Totally.
Yep.
Well, it's also just too, it's about how easy it is to put out. It's like, just like, if it takes you an hour or two to create a hit song, like, yeah, of course, like, why wouldn't you do that and make a ton of money from that?
Yeah.
It's just the nature of it.
Yeah.
So
what I'm gathering is we got to make the music.
Yeah.
Whether it sounds good or bad or not, if you're really good at TikTok, you're going to make it.
Kind of. I mean, that's like one short version of it for sure.
And then, TikTok launching the careers of people who aren't even musicians. And then,
I know, and then they're like, I guess I'll sing now.
No, like, yeah, we're going to write a song for you. Yeah.
It's literally horrible.
Exactly. That's what I told my daughter. My daughter was a drummer. She started in a band. She started another project where she's the singer and she's doing guitar now. And on her recordings, though, she does all the instruments, which I'm super proud about. But when she wanted to quit the band, I was like, no, don't quit it. She's like, well, I think I want to go into film. I'm like, don't you know, once you make it in one thing, you can do everything. Yeah. So just do it.
Yeah.
But literally, you're suddenly just a genius at everything.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
For sure.
It's so unbelievable. Okay, so as far as your band, though, what are your future goals? Where do you see this going?
Realistically, just taking baby steps and just seeing as far as it goes. When you're growing up, you're like, oh my God, I want to play arenas and this and that. And then it kind of just comes to the point, it's like, I just want to survive doing this. And then thrive if there's the little extra. So, we just kind of want to start working our way up. Being a Boca band, like the first thing I think, we just want to get into the Miami scene.
It's funny. Miami bands say we want to come
go.
We're here, dudes.
Yeah, I know.
Like, please. So I played with an indie band for like 7-8 years, and we were in the Miami scene for a while, and the 2 years that it stopped, like, there's a whole new slew of bands.
Right.
It's super hard, and it seems there's a lot more specific booking agencies that are doing all the booking now versus like it used to be, hey, we have an open slot on Friday, do you want to come? So that's changed a lot.
Yeah.
So in terms of moving forward, just like getting into Miami, getting in front of more people, boosting the numbers across Spotify, socials, just kind of like the necessary things that you need to do. But, we submitted to Sunfest, so
nice.
hopeful about that.
American Psy got in last year.
Yes.
Oh my God. You moved back to California?
Yeah. So Brendan, who played with American Psy, he's the guitarist that'll be filling in with us tomorrow night. Yeah, so
that's awesome.
It's tight.
Yeah. We're lucky.
Yeah. They were very, very talented, which I'm sure you guys as well. But I'm just saying.
Very cool people.
They're cool. Yeah.
So.
And Hadid's up in Boca. He's making a good name for himself, too.
Yeah. We played a couple of shows with him. He's super nice, awesome tunes.
Yeah. He played my event last week, and it was his birthday, so that was fun. But, I can't wait to see you guys live. Where are you playing tomorrow night?
We're playing at Northwoods Art and Music Warehouse in West Palm.
Okay.
So, a little bit of a hike, but yeah.
Oh, is that the, God, is there another name for it? Is it outside in an alleyway?
Kind of.
Yeah,
Like, it's like there's trucks in this park thing, and there's a big warehouse. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
one.
Definitely, if you haven't gone yet. check
I've
it
heard
out.
it's really cool.
And the guy's
It's just the place I'm
awesome,
thinking
man.
of. Yeah, awesome. Okay. All right. So, as far as your musical influences, who are your biggest musical influences?
Oh, I feel like I'm a teenage girl because I love the 1975. 100%. So, like, if you're going to go a little older, I'd say, like, Smashing Pumpkins and Pearl Jam and Zeppelin, that kind of stuff. Modern stuff, 1975. Beach Bunny, that kind of stuff. You have a lot of bands that you like.
Well, I'm not super influential in what he does, except for like the harmonies and things and stuff like that I do. But I feel really inspired by groups like I Love Devo. Mitski's awesome. It's just like, I don't know. It's that question like, what's your favorite song? And you're like,
Yeah.
But there's just so many, and they all just span throughout time, and it's just great. And I studied music theater, so I love making relations back to that and what I like learned in school, and so it's all really inspiring all around.
Okay. So, as far as the local scene, who are your favorite local bands?
Ooh, putting us on. We've had
You'll cut this part, right?
we've had a good relationship with Toledo for a while.
Yeah.
So Brendan's the front man of Toledo. So just
Isn't that funny how I would know one band he's in, but the other one isn't?
yeah, there's just
Everyone's in multiple bands, basically. Anyway.
Toledo. We've been out of it for so. The Shake has been incredibly good to us. They're
That's what I was
awesome
gonna
guys,
say, yeah.
great music.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
Rogue Theory.
Rogue Theory is the other band that I'm in.
Oh, you're in another band. Okay.
Yeah.
Same type of genre? Or
No, very different. More like funk rock.
Oh, nice. I love punk rock.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
So we did Sunfest last year, and
That's awesome.
we're doing the Harvest Fest in a couple weeks, and it's a busy year.
Nice.
It's cool.
Yeah, they're like literally booked till 2020.
And then Folktale San Pedro, like those guys.
Okay.
Those guys are awesome. So super about them. Yeah.
Who are you? Same.
Same. Yeah.
How about the venues? What are your favorite venues to play?
It's been, so like Propaganda is just a nice home.
Tried and true.
I really, really miss, Mad Robot, the Funky Buddha Lounge. That was kind of like the home base. But it's Gramps was super fun to play. Like I said, it's been so like we're trying to get back in Miami and trying to get into all those venues again and all that kind of stuff. Northwoods is a really fun, comfortable venue.
I really enjoyed it there.
Yeah.
Is Voltaire still doing shows in West Palm? Do you know?
I do not know.
Voltaire was cool.
If they are, that it hasn't been anything that anybody's come here and
Gotcha.
talked about.
Gotcha. Okay. So, Respectable Street.
Yeah.
Whenever it's becoming a little bit more of like a metal kind of, and that's cool. It's cool. But no, we did a Battle of the Bands there last year, and that was super fun. So
I love Battle of the Bands.
Me too.
I can sit and watch live music the minute I wake up to the minute I pass out. It's like my favorite thing to do. Probably because I can't play an instrument. I can't sing. I can't do anything. So it's like
But you
really,
relate. Yeah.
I love the fact that people are talented.
Yeah.
They can do that. Like, I don't, especially a drummer. I mean, I got to give it up for the drummers. Like, for real, how do you do?
Yeah.
I can't walk and talk
You told her to
and
say
like
that.
to no, for real. Because I would watch like my daughter when she drums. Like, I'm like
grueling.
what the- like she's using both her feet, both her hands, and she's like bopping her head.
Yeah.
What?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the craziest thing to me. Like I would be trying to do this on him, and then I'd be like, wait, no, I would never even attempt to try it ever.
It's muscle memory.
That's what I hear.
Most of it, and then so really what it is, like studying jazz has really helped me kind of put this into perspective. It's about understanding like whatever time signature you're in, like you're in 4/4, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, and as long as you're locked into that, you know where the start is and you know where the end is. Like anything is game around there. So whether your limbs are acting independently or interdependently, it doesn't matter. It's just a flow and it's a feeling, and yeah, just as long as you know how it locks in, and that's it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, good for the people that know, because
For
I sure as hell couldn't.
For sure.
Never.
Okay, so you say you've watched my podcast. I'll trust that. So we're on to the next segment of You Can Tell Mom Anything.
Oh, God.
We'll ask these questions. They're not creepy. So outside of music, we already know you have other jobs at School of Rock. Do you do anything else? Is that your full-time job, School of Rock?
Yeah, a little bit of that, and then I am a home brewer, and I want to become a full brewer. Yes.
What do you brew? Like, is it like IPAs? What do you do?
I do a little bit of everything, just because I'm trying to get all the recipes down.
This is exciting. Because I drink beer.
I'm very low because I've been going to breweries all over, bringing my home brews, so I'm really low. If I would have known that, I would have brought you some. Next time I see you, I'll bring you some.
What's your favorite brewery?
Oh my God, that's so okay. So I just got married in October, and thank you. And we were up north, and we got to spend a little bit of time in Maine. Allagash was amazing. Trillium in Massachusetts was fantastic. Just got back from Sierra Nevada, North Carolina. So just ground zero of the craft beer movement.
Yeah.
That was great.
I got my nephew, he lives in Asheville. I got him and his wife a gift card to there because I hear the food is really good too.
Oh, dude. I was just plastered, and I'm like, pork cheeks? Yeah, I'm going to order that. And yeah, it was ridiculous. It was so good. Down here, Tripping Animals is amazing. The way that, their sours are fantastic. Their IPAs don't hit you over the head with hop bitterness and floral characteristics. And the way they incorporate marshmallow into their beers is dumb.
What?
It's so good.
Marshmallow?
Yes, it's so good. Spanish Marie, close by. They're awesome.
Did you buy a pub pass?
No, I don't get to go. I'm always playing shows. I don't have the time to,
The struggle.
Show. So.
That's awesome, though. That's exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a page or anything?
So a couple pages at Keeler Brewing Co.
He says it like it's a
casual.
No,
he won't brag, but he's won awards.
We've done the whole the homebrew competition thing, and really what it's become just in terms of winning is nepotism. Like, if you don't belong to a club, you're not gonna win. And
don't discredit yourself.
No, it like we've won, but it's just the way it is. But we like
very humble.
We like doing stouts, ales. We like playing with a lot of adjuncts, and I love doing lagers. I just did a Maybach, and we just did a Marzen. So just a little bit of everything, just to be eclectic.
I can't wait till you open your brewery.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's exciting! And then you have a place to play all the time.
Exactly.
I've been trying to make this happen. You have no idea.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
One day.
Okay, what is the name of it?
Keeler Brewing Co.
Okay.
Kealer Brewing Co.
Found it. I'm a big follower.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome. So exciting.
And then you.
Nice little fun fact. Oh, she does something else.
Oh, she does something very cool too.
I have a restaurant.
Stop! Your own restaurant?
Yeah, with my sister.
Oh my God, I'm a foodie too. I'm a
Food. I have a breakfast, lunch, deli, bakery.
What is this
thing.
called?
It's called Second Street Bagels and Deli. It's in Boca, right by Meisner Park, if you're familiar with that area. And I've been there 2 years, and it's been amazing.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I grew up at my mom's restaurant. She's had her place for 17 years in Coral Springs, and yeah.
Is it a 2 or SEC?
It's a 2, I think.
Okay.
Honestly, I rarely on Instagram.
Bagels and Deli.
Yeah.
Follow
So
you
me and my
guys, too.
sister and her boyfriend, and
That is
it's
awesome.
been a good time.
I
It's
love
intense,
that.
but it's great.
Oh my God, these are so exciting.
So we make it work clearly and Stumble Steady as much as we can.
We're trying to set up a show. Actually.
Yeah, future Second Street Bagels and Deli gig coming.
Yeah, if you-
soon.
Like an acoustic type of thing?
No,
We're trying
we
to cram it in
wanna
there.
go.
Yeah.
We want to sling knishes and burgers.
Yeah, we're gonna
and,
be fully operational.
That is so
5-piece spin.
So bands, hit us up.
Yeah,
if you wanna
yeah,
play
they're
the
on
Second
and on
Street
this.
show.
Okay,
I don't
guys,
know.
And go eat their food. It's 134 Northeast 2nd Street in Boca.
Yeah.
Okay? At Meisner Plaza.
Yep.
That's awesome. I love this. This is so
Yeah.
exciting. In 2 years. Wow.
Yeah. It's been great.
What are you? The hours are you're not
Early, yeah.
right?
So
Like
we're
lunch?
open 6:30 to 3.
Okay, I got you. Just like
So it works out.
Okay, yep.
Leave and there's daylight outside.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Whew, super cool, fun facts. Okay, and I think that was one of my questions too. Eliminated that. Okay, so what is the favorite place that you've ever visited?
I got engaged in Glacier National Park.
Oh my God!
In the
How did
middle
you
of
do your
winter.
engagement?
So we snowshoed through this meadow and into like this little forest and everything, and our guide was like, "Hey, we never see this, but there's wolf tracks, so we're gonna follow them." And when it went into a meadow, and I looked, and he's like, "Okay, yeah, so those are the Canadian Rockies or whatever, like in the background, and surrounded by all this nature." And I'm like, "Yeah, this like if I don't do it here, wasted opportunity."
So that was. Oh, I thought you were leading me up to the fact that you made it look like it was wolf tracks.
Oh no,
Oh.
we saw wolf tracks.
It was just a gift.
And so
Yeah.
actually
Meant to be.
the title of our first EP is Nobody Told the Wolves, and it comes from that moment. I just thought it was a really interesting kind of anecdote. You know, these things just pop up in life. He's like, yeah, so these are like actually Canadian wolves that are coming through. And he's like, you know, like nobody told them about the borders. Like nobody told the wolves. And I just thought like, that's a really interesting
Nice.
little anecdote.
Isn't it funny how things happen
Yeah.
like that? That's amazing.
For sure.
I love that story.
So,
That's awesome.
yeah, just in the middle of a glacier. That was really cool. And then I've been to Ireland and Northern Ireland, and there's
I want
this.
to go to Ireland so bad.
I'm going back on a
So sick.
tour in June, and so very excited about that. But it's like this little seaside town somewhere in Northern Ireland, and it was just it was beautiful. So I think probably those two places would probably be it. Yeah.
And how about me?
I am very partial to, you know, going to Massachusetts. I went to the Cape like basically every summer growing up, and yeah, it's really special to me. I don't really travel that much as I'd like to, but I would honestly rather go there than somewhere new, as far as I know. And
Yeah.
I think it's just so lovely up there. And we go to Onset, Mass, and we've gone.
Yeah, we went.
Yeah.
And so
It is so fun.
my wife and I got married in Salem, and it's one
Okay.
of the only places you actually have to sign your intent to marriage form in person.
Oh.
So we're like, okay, we got to go up and do that prior to the wedding. And she was like, well, I want to go. And we have family and a little house in Cape Cod, so we went up there, and we kayaked out to this little island, and it was like the Goonies.
So
kinda.
good.
It was
Yeah,
really sick.
it's sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's father lived on the Cape, and they would
Good.
go up every summer because they were high school sweethearts. And
Aw.
every summer they'd go up, and they were divorced, the parents.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He'd go spend the summer with his dad. My sister would go.
I don't know.
So it was like a big memory for them also.
Yeah.
So,
It's
yeah, I've never been,
beautiful.
but I hear
You
it's
gotta
beautiful.
go. Gotta go.
Yeah.
It's just so, like, it's everything you want it to be. It really, like, falls through for
Really?
you. It's
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know you have a significant other because, you know,
Yeah.
locked it up. How about you?
I'm just living my life.
Yeah. Hey, there's no headaches that way,
You
right?
know, it's good that way.
Yeah.
I have, you know, people and crushes and stuff and life, and yeah, I don't know. I love being, like, really independent, so that's been really good for me.
It's dangerous every show we play. She's like, who's that? He's cute. Like, I want to hear it, man. Like, every show. I mean,
It's good. Great socializing. You know, I'm like, oh, it's free. It's okay. It's a free show. I'm there. Let's go.
there you go.
Let's have
so
fun.
funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, and then the fun fact. Okay, so what's the best gift you were ever given?
Oof. I'm gonna let you take this one first.
Life. No, just kidding.
Oh.
I don't know. It is. God. I really love a good practical gift. Like, I'd rather it just be something very useful, and, you know, typically if it's going to be really useful, it was a thoughtful thing to begin with. So, I don't know. I mean, like, somebody could give me, like, a shoehorn, and I'd be like, that is so good. Thank you so much. Like, I mean, I don't know. I can't even think of one. I mean, I think, you know, my mom helped facilitate my sister and I in getting this business. And, I mean, all my life was, like, everything I had learned from her. And that's a really great gift.
Yeah.
And I mean, every single day, I just think of my mom when I'm there. And, like, the perspective I've gained and, like, I don't know how the hell she did her restaurant for 17 years alone. I mean, with the help of, you know, family, of course, but it's her thing, and she knows what she's doing, and, you know, it all comes down to her anyway, and I don't know, so that's a good gift for me, is everything I've been able to learn from her and put into practice, and all of it, experience, so, yeah. And the ability to do it, you know, that I could not have literally done it, or, like, mentally done it without her, so, yeah.
Okay.
That was very philosophical. Though.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I got for Christmas. I don't remember. So.
In terms of a tangible gift, there's a picture of me and my wife from a while ago. My mom took the picture and she bought a canvas and painted the picture in grayscale
she
by
painted
hand.
It herself?
Yes.
I've seen it. It's so nice.
It's ridiculous. So yeah, that, and then to piggyback off you, just the tenacity from my parents.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like OCD runs in our family, so just very driven, like just we're obsessed to get this done. So that, and then my father has Usher syndrome. So
what is that?
So he's deaf and blind. He's losing, you know, his eyesight. It's kind of going, but he has cochlear implants so he can hear.
Okay.
So just his tenacity, just to keep going.
Yeah.
So that, and then, you know, on the flip side, like my mom having to, you know, pick up some slack in the areas that he can't. So just the tenacity watching them, I'd say, is the intangible gift.
And the word was just in my mouth. The love.
Yeah.
Really, like, at the end of the day, it's that, you know, they have for each other, that she's able to do that, because, like, she probably does it, like, no questions asked. That's, you know, her guy, and that's it. So, yeah, no, that's great.
Sure.
That's a great answer. Yeah. I love that, too. Okay. So, if you won $1 million, what would you spend it on?
Bitcoin. No, I mean, honestly, I would definitely taxes. But you know, I guess you just like want to definitely invest it in the best way possible. So it's not just like I'm gonna get 50,000 cars or something. Right. Like, so investing it and definitely like donating to causes and things like that, like everyone says and should do.
Oh, I've been the first to say.
Yeah. I don't need all that. But I want to, you know, I'll do a little something for me, a little something for my family, and then I'll be like, okay, here's the rest to something that needs it more anyway. So, yeah, I don't know.
I would fuck off.
Yeah.
I would buy
an island.
I would buy just a piece of land in the mountains where, you know, I can just do my thing, and I use half that money for that. And then the other half, I would just, like she said, invest and let my money make money, and then just pay off all family debts and use the rest of the time and money just to write and release songs on my time, rather than like, okay, we got to get a deadline to keep people engaged.
Right.
Yep, that's what I do. Okay. And open the brewery.
Yes.
Yes.
The brewery. Yes. And then you'll be making the money back.
Exactly.
Brewery/venue/bagel shop.
For sure.
Okay, so have you ever cheated on someone, or have you ever been cheated on?
Wow. That's a terrible question.
Yes and yes. Like, you know, I think a lot of people have probably and have experienced both things. And it's horrible. And it's like you strive to do better and hold yourself accountable, and you strive to be with somebody that's going to do the same for you. Yeah, it's so shitty today. It's so fucking easy to, like, you know, falter. And like... everything in life is about sex and fucking whatever, and so it's just shoved in your face all the time.
It is.
And so, not that that's any excuse, but it's just a different world, and you know, it's brutal. It's horrible.
You know, I wonder, is it a different world, or is it that it's more accepted nowadays to oh, they cheated, like, but back in the day, I think it was more
morals. Sure, and that too.
But yeah, no, there were a lot more morals back in the day.
Yeah, I think people are very excusing.
Yeah.
And especially of themselves, like, and that's what you want to do anyway, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, yes, it's always happened, and I'm sure there's a lot more hidden and things like that, but it's just a tale as old as time, almost. Jealousy and that fear and, self-doubt and all that. I mean,
it's also, it's time and situation, because, like, you could use that to your advantage if you wanted a better place in court, it's time and situation, but I agree and understand with what y'all are saying.
Yeah.
So 100%.
Yep. Okay. So if you could share a meal with 4 individuals, living or dead, who would they be and why?
God.
John Bonham would be one, because he's like the person that got me into music.
Okay.
I just like the accounts of him. He seemed really kind but fun individual. Mm-hmm. Probably my grandfather, who passed away, because he was just incredibly intellectual, smart, and I'd want to, like, he would be so into the brewing. He's what got me into beer. So I think, like, sharing beer and, like, creating recipes, and he would do the engineering side. He'd be like, okay, yeah, we can cool it down this fast by doing this. So like what he did in his lifetime, he worked for Pan Am and everything, but he timed rockets, I think, at Kennedy Space Center.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, he was like all part of that. Other 2 people. I know this sounds like a cliche answer, but maybe like sitting down with like a conqueror of the old world, such as like Alexander the Great or Julius Caesar, just to understand like the ego and the self-doubt of what it takes to do something like that. And then the 4th, I don't know, probably like an extremely distant relative to just understand what the past was like a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's such a hard question. I don't know. I'd want it to be really chaotic. My mom, and then probably like Mark Mothersbaugh of Devo. He'd be really cool to talk to. And then like let's get a good philosopher. I like Soren Kierkegaard a lot. So him, and then like maybe like Trisha Paytas. And then like my mom just interacting with all these people.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I don't know that I'd want to do it with anyone alive, because like I feel like you would just be let down. I feel like there's so few people that you could talk to that are alive that you wouldn't leave with some kind of negative impression if you've looked up to them.
Yeah.
Because I've met musical heroes before. Like I met one guy, and like I was such a dork, and I'm like, really influenced me and blah blah blah, and he's like, well, I hope your music doesn't suck. And that was
what's this person?
It was Scott Lucas of Local H, but he said it in a funny, like, cool way, but like that's how he is. Yeah. That's how he is. So like I couldn't be upset, but I learned the lesson of like. But, like, I learned the lesson of, like, wow, I was kind of, like, a dork. Like, and so...
Don't blame yourself. You know what?
That's the lesson that so, like, everyone that I meet now, I just play it cool. It's just, like, it's cool.
Yeah.
And you learn little things here and there. So,
I can't believe that.
It was funny.
How disappointing that was for you.
No, like I said, if the kind of person he is through interviews and through just the lyrics, it's like, would you expect anything different? Like, no.
Well,
so it made sense.
You were a fan, but
how many people through decades have come and said the same thing? Like, I'd be like, okay, cool. Like, by the end of it, too. But at the same time, like, I'm the one who's put money in your pocket, so maybe be a little bit chiller.
Exactly.
So
I was a huge Green Day fan back in high school, and I was super excited to go see a show, and this is when they were, like, terribly on hardcore drugs. And they always, still to this day, if you go to a Green Day show, they still pull someone up from the audience. They play the guitar to the same song every time.
Right.
And there was this one kid that was so excited to get on the stage back, I think it was like 1995 or something. I was out of high school already. and I was at the show, and Billy Joe was like, "Oh my God, you fucking suck! You call that guitar playing? Get the fuck off my stage!"
Kill myself.
I was like, "Oh my God, that poor kid was this. His dreams were coming true right here."
It's the like. So I get that, but like they also are punks. Like that's what like. That's
I
what
guess
they
they
do.
He's better now.
Yeah.
That he's not on drugs.
probably-
So you got him.
Oh, the whole Justin Bieber breakdown, the iHeartRadio thing. That was so crazy.
Yeah, so, but I mean, I just I feel like if you're going to put yourself in that situation where you're looked up to by people, you're going to have to bring it down a little bit.
It's a little responsibility
Take
you
a
need to
breath
have for yourself.
before you speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
They're the ones supporting you. Like, don't be ungrateful.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
if it wasn't for us little peons, you
Yeah.
wouldn't be up there on that stage.
right,
For
exactly.
sure.
Gosh. So anyhow. So I stopped listening to Green Day for a while, but then I just liked their music so much. So whatever.
Still took away a couple streams from them, I'm sure. It means something.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So are you more into brains or looks?
Brains,
yeah. I would like the ugliest person ever if they were like, maybe not the ugliest person ever, but, definitely more attractive is like a personality and somebody that's like charming and funny and that you can like relate to. That's like way more interesting.
Brains.
Like, I could look at like the hottest person ever and then like
They open their mouth.
it wouldn't even matter. Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah,
oh my
exactly. Over and over again.
Yep.
Brains elevate the looks.
Yeah, 100%. Yep. Alrighty, so what is the most unusual thing you have ever eaten? Except for the
Big cheese.
yeah.
Oh man, I tried blood sausage in Northern Ireland. That was pretty not good.
What the hell is blood sausage?
It's a traditional.
I'm purebred Irish. I've
Okay.
never even heard of it, but I also have lived in Florida my whole life.
It's,
Purebred Irish Floridian.
it's sausage made of blood.
Oh, that's absolutely
It's like
disgusting.
it's like the way that
It's
it
like
came. It was like a
English
small, like kind of cakey patty, and it just tasted like dirt. I took
Yes.
I had to try it.
What blood, though? I need to
Probably a
ask.
pig's.
Oh, it's so disgusting.
No.
I'm getting nauseous.
So I want to try everything I can. So my wife and I are both we have Scandinavian ancestry. So
Okay.
when I go over, like I'll try lutefisk if I have to. I think that's the fermented fish that's been like if I don't try it, like it's the story of I did it, And so that's blood. Like the blood sausage was terrible. I'll never eat it again. But I tried it
Why would anybody make that?
because that's all they had hundreds of years ago.
So that was hundreds of years
I know,
ago. Why
but-
are we still serving it?
Could have left that there, yeah.
Because they know some stupid fat American would try it.
Yeah.
And they're in the back laughing.
I just made it up and then
That's awful. What was this?
I had this really gnarly soup at this Peruvian food. Amazing.
Okay. You see best
Amazing.
Peruvian foods right down the street.
It's like we're really fortunate down here because I have a couple really good spots. But anyway, I had this really nasty soup though that was literally just like intestines, like the inner lining of the stomach, and it was like spongy. It was
come
it was like
on.
a sponge, and it was not even that. Like I can take a texture if it's like bad, but the flavor is still good. But it smelled like death, and
horrible.
it was.
Alaska, that's his family.
I wish I remembered the
Whatever it
name.
is,
Oh
yeah.
my
My
god!
wife and her family are Peruvian, so I'll
I
ask
remember I
them.
ordered it, and the waitress was like, "Are you sure?"
Oh my god.
They got the
I've
lomo
never-
sentado,
I
man.
have not liked Peru.
Oh, they're amazing.
I love the only thing that I've ever gotten at a Peruvian restaurant, and we eat Peruvian at least once a week
Yeah.
because we're addicted, but it's the lomo saltado.
Oh, always, yeah.
Oh, my mother-in-law
And some really
crushes
good
it.
fresh
She's so
ceviche,
good at
yeah.
it. Yeah, the ají gallina, and said that is the whitest person alive. I totally butchered that. That's amazing too.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a place right down the street that just opened not too long ago. We used to go to this other place, but the last couple of times we didn't like the meat tasted fatty,
Yeah.
so we were like, they're getting too big for their bridges and they're using less quality meat. So we went and we tried the other place and we were like, Oh my God. And like I said, I'm a foodie, so I'm on
Yeah.
the phone talking to my foodie friends, saying, oh, yeah, I can try this place. We like this so much that we even order dessert. We never stick around for dessert. We usually like just come home and whatever. But we ordered dessert. Oh my God, everything was so good. And talking about, I want to go to that.
I know. Yes. Change the subject.
So good. Okay, so, all right. If you were on a deserted island, what 3 things would you bring with you?
My lip gloss, 17 magazine, and a bra. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I have no idea. I would bring nothing. It wouldn't work. Like, nothing would get me off the island. Just keep my wits about me. I don't know. That's hard.
First aid kit.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, good. That's a good one.
Machete.
Okay.
Really good pair of shoes.
Some kind of water filtration system.
Okay.
Because, like, first and third keep you alive. Machete you can use to build hut, make shoes, hunt, do all that good stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I
Smart,
don't know.
smart.
That, yeah.
You fucked up
Smart
with the
stuff.
17
I
mags.
bring a lighter.
Burn the whole island down.
I kill myself. I bring a fucking gun.
That's it.
Funny. Okay. All right. So now we are moving on to rapid fire questions.
No.
Rapidly do these.
This thing is like,
This is going to get me in trouble. It's going
Do
to
you
get
want
us.
another?
it's so good. I'll literally be like, rapid fire, okay.
Okay,
Nah.
that's half my life.
She
I'm a
has,
lightweight. Like
she
that.
has this tier system when she drinks. Like, she'll be like, I'm fucked up. And that usually means, like, we're like 2 drinks in, she's got a little buzz. And the scary thing, you can't tell when she's gone. Like, when she's really gone, she's straight for a second, and then it's
God, is she going to make it down the stairs?
Yeah. I'm fine. No, I'm good. This is just very refreshing. I'm just
Did you
high
want
on
another
the
one?
refreshment. I'm good for now.
Okay. All right.
I'll think about it.
You just let me know. Okay. You ready for the rapid fire?
Yes.
Okay. Who do you text the most?
my wife.
Probably my sister.
Okay.
Yeah, Christy.
My wife.
What
My
celebrity annoys you the most?
J-Lo.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. Cringy.
Aubrey Plaza.
Oh.
I don't know who that is.
The woman who plays April in Parks and Rec. I think. Listen. Listen. She does great in that. She's a great actress, but I really feel like when she plays like this caricature of herself in the public eye,
Right.
and like it's very cringy to me. I can see right through it.
I
And
get that.
and like I really feel like she's kind of a different person, but I feel like the world has made her into this persona.
Yeah.
So she's like, I got to be this person.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to see through, and I'd like to see the organic version of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Yeah. Alrighty. If you could be any animal, what would it be?
Dog.
Cat. Bird. Actually, bird.
bird?
I want to fly so bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's fun to play.
That's so like deep.
Hopefully I don't clip your wings.
True.
Where are my balls, dude?
Yeah.
Are you a morning or a night person?
Morning.
Morning.
Oh my.
Yeah.
When you booked us, you're like, afternoon.
Oh, I said it?
Yeah, you're like, I am not a morning person.
I'm not. Oh gosh, it's so funny. I'll tell people, yeah, I can't stay out late tonight. I have to be up tomorrow. I've got a podcast at 2 or 3. Like,
Yeah.
what? And I gotta wake up early tomorrow. I have a podcast at 2. What are you talking about?
I get it though. It's
Well,
like,
now I
you
have
know.
this new infant, so now I'm up.
Oh,
freaking
God,
7:15
true.
like clockwork. My husband and I have we take turns. Like we
Like a real
it's a real
baby.
kid.
Yeah.
Like, go catch your night, my night. Yeah. Oh my God, it's torture. All right. What is the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
I mean, to be realistic and honest, I check my phone.
You're
Yeah.
literally that's like the
That's
most
what everybody does.
commonly answered.
We're all just slaves.
Yes, we are. There you go.
Mm,
The box song, right?
Yeah.
Little box.
Little
yeah.
box.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I just go to the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
But you definitely check your phone before you do that.
I turn on. What time is it? Then bathroom.
So you lied. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God, that's so funny. It sounded just like my daughter. Okay. If you could get a yacht, what would you call it?
I'm so poor, I can't even think of that.
Pipe dream. I don't know. My dad had this is like not an interesting answer, but my dad had a boat when I was like 2, and it's called the Three Maries because me and my sisters all have Marie as a middle name, like every white girl. So we did the Three Maries, maybe.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
so funny.
I guess just yacht.
Yeah, yacht. The
Yacht.
yacht.
Oh, that would be funny.
Yacht.
Boat.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Titanic.
What store do you shop at the most?
Costco, baby.
Oh God, I don't know. I try to Publix, yeah, but that's like I like like Urban Outfitters. I like thrifting a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I think hunting for a funny thrift store shirt's great.
You should have worn them.
Yeah.
I go to Publix so much, they all know me there. They know my daughter, my 10-year-old.
Yeah.
And the other day I was there, I was on the phone with my sister, my 10-year-old was not with me, and it was the most embarrassing moment of my life, because the little Chinese cashier who's always like, oh, she's here to help you, blah, 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 like my daughter. She says to me, no beer today? I was like, oh my God, my sister's on the other end of the thing. Okay, Kimmy, you either better hope you have beer at home, or you have to go to Walgreens for the next 6 months.
Literally.
Yep, I know.
You're
Oh
like,
my God.
damn, it's that bad, huh?
Oh God. it's rough. I'll tell you. I got a puppy, okay?
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't get it.
Okay. Who do you think is the most overrated musician?
God, I feel like I've been waiting to say this, but now I don't know.
That's probably me.
You're not overrated, don't worry. Fuck. Who? Okay, like J-Lo. I already said she annoys me, but
You
like,
hate J-Lo.
she's just so like, I'm like, give it up. Okay, just go. It's
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
You
right
were
with
good at a point. Now, we don't
I
need
don't
to continue
even know.
this charade anymore. But, yeah, and like, I don't know. I guess it's just anybody that has that, like, following from just being, like, that person that went viral, that did YouTube, that did this, then, like, made a song or
Yeah.
something. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
that's always a little annoying.
It is.
I would say Kiss. Everyone always says Kiss. Fantastic at marketing. Played the game. Sold the brand. Their music is fucking trash. Like Rock and Roll All Night. It's a cool song. It's a party anthem. But it just like it's the 1970s equivalent of today. Like, oh man, y'all looked cool. Market yourself cool. Music comes second. Like,
Yeah.
people are more.
Yeah.
They care about you more as they're buying
Yeah.
you as opposed to your product.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just I don't know, and it's just so. That and Axl fucking Rose, bro.
Oh yeah. I'm with you on that one.
I really despise and to me, I feel like I don't give the music a chance, but I connect it with just the most negative people that I meet at shows. Like they're just like crushing Marlboros all day, and they're like, "Play Guns N' Roses," and I'm just like, "Oh my fucking god, that's what it is." It's the worst.
Oh God, that is hysterical.
It's personal. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the best compliment you've ever received?
I don't get a lot, so
Oh, come on, I'm sure you will.
I guess it's just anything having to do with them, like connecting to something that, like, I did artistically, like with music or whatever, or if I just like helped them kind of like feel something and they, relayed that to me. That's great, and
Yeah.
I've experienced that a couple times in theater and in music, and I'd rather it not be like so personal for me, but like personal for them, and
Right.
then I get to be a part of that, So, yeah, I don't know.
I had a production professor in college that really liked my productions a lot, and I don't remember anything he said because I was really high all the time.
Oh Lord.
Like he was, like the 1970s, like woo woo, like that kind of thing. Like he started that. His song "Let's All Chant," like that was his thing, and like he helped produce like Whitney Houston and stuff. So
Really?
yeah, because I remember like through the haze of college, I remember fucking, like, I did a cover of Blue Oyster Cult's Godzilla, but, like, I, like, sampled the stomps and everything, and he, like, made me get up and call. He's like, okay, like, how did you do this? I'm like, I don't fucking remember how I did any of this. So it's probably something either he said at some point, or just, like, someone being like, I'm proud
It
of
depends
you.
where it's
I'm like,
coming from.
there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
That's true. That is true.
Someone did say,
A great compliment from somebody you don't like and don't want to relate to is horrible.
Yeah.
at our last show, someone said that our voices complement each other very well.
Oh yeah, we got a nice
And then,
compliment.
and then you were like, yeah, we're like sweet and salty, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that was
They said like
sick.
sour, sweet or something. I was like, yeah, sweet and salty. Yeah, same
Yeah,
thing. So,
so-
that kind of thing was.
So it was you!
You're right. Well, it was inspired, but
Yeah.
I think that was a nice little kind of moment where we're like, true. So yeah.
So let's swing back to Stumble Steady.
Okay.
All right, you guys been together for 2 years.
Yeah.
You have any merch?
Yes, we have t-shirts
Where can we
and
find
stickers.
it? Stickers. I almost messaged you because I put stickers, and then I always forget to tell the bands. And these are the ones that happen to have them in their car.
Oh.
I usually do,
I was gonna
and
say
I'm
me.
out because I've given them all out.
But yeah, you can get the merch at gigs. Gotta come to the gigs.
Yeah, you gotta go to the gigs.
But you know what? If you really want one and you can't come to the gig, I'll like meet up with you or something.
Yeah, right now, just email,
T-shirts.
socials. We have a website. We're gonna try to start a little store on there, but we want to bump up the numbers and
Yeah.
make sure that there's going to be a return on investment before we
Definitely.
start.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the future looking like? You have the little box. What kind
It's
of
not super soon to come out, but there's
By
like
the
a
end
lot
of
of
the
really
year,
good
maybe.
stuff.
Okay,
Maybe
so-
by
Yeah.
the end of the year, right?
So we're probably going to push back a little bit, but we're looking to release 3 singles over 3 months in like late spring.
Okay, is
One
it
of-
going to be one a month?
Yes.
Okay.
One is done. Working on the other 2 right now. And then one of the other 2 songs, we did a live version as part of our Sunfest submission.
Nice.
So that'll be coming out in congruence with that. And so, like, I just have just this whole catalog of songs that just need to be produced. So as soon as I can get them down, financially get them through, it's just going to be wash, rinse, repeat. And then, like I said, kind of just getting into Miami a little bit more, playing more shows, building the numbers, and just playing the game.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it's about.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, until the big people recognize you, and then they're like, hey, Stumble Steady, come.
Right.
We're also going to
So I
sell
could
feet pics to find
Yeah.
our upcoming stuff. So, yeah, be on the lookout.
She's like,
Yeah.
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 What?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pick a band member.
And, yeah, we'll take, yeah. Well, yeah.
Wait,
It's
do
a
we-
lucrative
All
market.
right, so what is this? We're going to pay you for your feet pics.
Yeah, it's a lucrative
Okay.
market. Yeah, it's really disturbing, but people...
Yeah, dude, yeah, dude. I'd rather do that than make a cringy TikTok.
No, so
This is true.
that one girl sold her bathwater, and then Folktale San Pedro did that too. They sold their bathwater.
You're kidding.
No, I'm pretty sure.
There
I
was
think
that
it's
one girl. What the hell was she on? Oh, God, she was selling her farts.
was that.
Oh, 90 Day Fiance. There was a chick on
Stop.
90 Day Fiance.
No.
Dude.
I love TLC so much.
amazing.
I know, it's the best.
So bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll do some Stumble body pillows too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like anime style carrots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spill my drink. Yeah, I didn't agree to that one yet.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah. Senpai.
So find out. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Anyway, we can make a buck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost.
Almost
So what's
anything.
said foot pic photos cost?
It depends
Whatever
who's
you're willing to
asking.
pay.
Yeah.
If it's like a Saudi Arabian prince, we're gonna jack
Right.
it up. But if it's just someone down the street,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have to talk about that
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, maybe we could auction one off.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
At
Yeah,
least
for
$1
charity.
per toe.
Yeah.
That'd be so. Oh, you'd lowball it.
Yeah. That's a minimum.
Yeah.
All right. So, any final things you would like to say to anyone watching, listening, or your fans?
I love you. Just
I don't love you. I'm just kidding.
that actually holds.
Thank you for
that holds more
supporting
merit
us.
than- thank you for
If you
supporting
do.
us.
If you don't,
Fuck you. No, thank you so much for supporting us, believing in us, and lots of fun things are coming. Lots of cool, like, it's just going to keep getting better and better. More music's on the way, more shows are on the way, and we're excited to grow with you guys. And no, it's a good thing. And check us out on socials, like TikTok, Insta, Facebook, everything.
Are they all Stumble Steady?
All Stumble
Okay.
Steady. All Stumble Steady. Help us crank the numbers up on Spotify, Apple Music, that kind of stuff. And just keep coming to shows and engage with us. We want to engage with everybody, and it's a good thing.
All right.
Yeah.
For sure.
Gig tomorrow.
Gig tomorrow.
Right?
Oh yeah, this will
If
drop
you
on
wanna
Friday. So
Okay, gig.
Gig last week. Yeah.
Look on our Instagram.
We'll have some stuff coming up.
Woo.
Awesome. So they can find out on your Instagram.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.